Hello and welcome back to art class. Today we're going to create our own prints. What you will need: some normal printer paper. I've cut it into fourths, some foam, which is going to be about the same size as that printer paper. And you can use any kind of styrofoam from any kind of styrofoam plate will work. You need some ink pens. I prefer to use 2 different colors, but that's up to you. You need at least one. You'll need a pencil so that you can erase mistakes, some washable markers, some water, and I like to use a sponge to wipe the water, and a full-size sheet of paper. For this, I do prefer to use a little bit heavier weight, so this is actually sketchbook paper, but normal printer paper works for this as well. And finally, you'll need some tape. I prefer to use masking tape. Any kind of tape really will work. Y'all ready? Let's get started. First off, you will want to draw your design. We have been learning about pop artist Andy Warhol. You want to make sure that you fill up your whole design. After you have it drawn, we're going to make it into our print. If you used words, things print backwards. So you're going to have to flip your image only if you added words. If you didn't add words, you're fine. If you drew words, you're going to have to flip them backwards. And one way you can do that is by tracing it with a marker or holding it up to a window. And you want your words to actually be backwards for your print. Here's a store-bought stamp that has words on it, and you can see how the words are actually backwards. So when you stamp it, the words come out normal, but the stamp has to be reversed. If you put words on your design, you will have to flip them backwards, either using a window or a marker that will bleed through. You're going to trace those words. After you trace it, you'll be able to see the reversed words on the back. Then you will take a piece of tape and you will tape it down to your piece of foam. If your design does not have words on it, it's fine to go ahead and tape down. You don't have to do the reversing part. So my words are reversed, I have it taped to my piece of foam, and now I'm going to trace it. Taking an ink pen, I'm going to trace all of my lines. After you trace all of your lines, you're going to want to flip it and you're going to want to retrace all of your lines one more time. By leaving it connected, if you notice you forgot a line, you can just flip it back over and retrace that part. So trace it one more time straight onto the foam. After you trace everything, you can take this off and leave it to the side. And now you're going to color in this entire plate using washable markers. Wherever you put marks are going to end up being white lines, so you want to make sure you do not leave any white lines. You want to color in every space. When you are coloring, you want to make sure that your hand is staying off to the side because this marker will smear. We don't want our colors smearing on the block. After you're done filling in all of your white spaces, you're going to take your full sheet of paper, your sponge and water, and you're going to wet a fourth of it. So taking my sponge, I'm going to kind of squeeze it out in the water, and I'm just going to wet a fourth of the paper. Then I'm going to take my foam block, flip it upside down on the edge of my paper, and I want to hold it down really good and then take my fingers in little circles and rub it. I want to make sure that I rub it really good all over the place. The water helps the marker transfer from the plate to the paper. When you're done, you're going to pick it up carefully by a corner and you'll have your first print. You're going to do this 3 more times so that you have 4 different prints on your paper. Have fun with the different colors. Andy Warhol is known for his fun color use. Color, wet a fourth of the paper, lay it down, and press it down really good. After you press it down and rub it really good, grab that edge and peel it up. There's your second print, and we're going to do that 2 more times to the corners. And when you're done, you're going to have a sheet of paper with 4 different prints on it. I cannot wait to see what you will make. Have fun and happy arting!